The pyramid at Giza can make for a stunning look. For hundreds of years, it's always seemed too good to be made by humans, and its mystery still lies beyond the sight of mere man. Fortunately, somebody revealed it many years ago, and like most good things in history, no one paid attention. Join us as we backtrack to Nikola Tesla's creative solution to the Giza mystery that's just been revealed. First thought to be the House of Egyptian Mummies, the Pyramid of Giza is a puzzle for both ancients and the moderns. An analysis says it weighs 6 million tons, and the number of blocks that made it what it is nowadays totaled up to 2.5 million. These blocks are not just any blocks, but yeah, guess what? That's even a joke to the biggest question of what it's all about. Like every other thing in the world, suggestions about what the pyramid is all about abound. Totally neglecting written books of the past about the structure, some have suggested it was the ancient Tower of Babel. But if you look at the pyramid very well, you'll see that the construction was finalized. It shows no half-done job. On the other hand, some have suggested it was built by aliens. But what about that? Though no one knows who built it, this still does not answer why it was built. Why then was the pyramid built? Nikola Tesla was born in Smilana, Croatia to Milutin Tesla and Duka Mandic. From childhood, he was a curious and smart boy who can be regarded as an out-and-out radical, but he met his match, the Egyptian pyramid. Well, Tesla wouldn't throw in the towel. Rather, he prepped up his study to unravel the mystery of a pyramid that had evaded many of the people of the ancient time. Dedicated to solving the problem at all costs, he began to study ancient history and ancient documents. It wouldn't be a long time before he began to suspect that the pyramid was actually an energy transmitter. But one thing, how can this be confirmed? Do you know that Nikola Tesla's discovery of the pyramid has been buried ever since? But his discovery about the pyramid was not only buried, everything he was nearly buried. He just began getting recognition for some of his work this century. Back to Egypt. If you were to enter the Great Pyramid now, you'd notice one salient thing, the type of stones by which it was made. Rather than using just any stone, especially for the underground chambers and passageways, an overwhelming number of pink granite stones were used. No historian wants to take this for a joke. They were carefully chosen. Now, some of what granite stones are just about for you. Granite stones predominantly contain a high proportion of quartz crystals and slightly radioactive properties. Now that you've heard something radioactive, we know you're already thinking about electricity, but that's even a taste. The real meal is the fact that quartz has piezoelectric characteristics. No, that's not all about the generation of electricity. You'll still need the quartz to generate an electric charge. Have you ever used a quartz watch or seen one before? That's how it works. Generating an electric charge is hard because you need mechanical pressure or stress. To unravel how this problem was solved by these ancient men, some have tried to adopt the mindset of these ancient men, the chief of which is Tesla. Fortunately, the answer they've all been coming up with, and which is true now, is that the powerful water currents of the River Nile were actually the provider of the needed mechanical stress and pressure for the quartz, leading to the creation of the needed electric charge at the base of the pyramid. But here's a problem. How's the light transferred to the city? We can assure you that no human being so smart as to build such a pyramid would do it just to have a pyramid generate light for just a bubble at the base of the pyramid. Well, on the pinnacle of the pyramid was etched a piece of gold shaped like the pyramid itself. Called the Pyramidion, it can transmit excess energy generated in the pyramid into the city, meaning that the ancient Egyptians used excess energy to lighten up the city. For those who would like to go to Egypt for that, we hate to break it to you, but the pyramid has been lost for years, and archaeologists have been searching for it. For all that we know about the ancient now, it was probably carted away by one of the conquerors of Egypt. Since we mentioned how this thing works, might we explore why it works? Although nobody was there to see the pyramid lighten up the city-state of Egypt, the speculation is not wrong. We know this from the deep research of Nikola Tesla both in theory and demonstration. To demonstrate why the pyramid works, Nikola Tesla told us our Earth acts as a plate of huge spherical capacitor. In contrast, the outer layer, also known as the ionosphere, acts as the other place of the capacitor. This is called Earth's Ionosphere Capacitor (EIC) model. Going by this model in value and density, Earth reaches its maximum density, resulting in about 14,600 potential volts at the top of the pyramid. By ISIS, that's enough to power up a nation. He further stressed that its location also really matters much more than Earth's normal doing, and the shape of the pyramid and its rock. The true test of such a scientific claim is whether it works in practice. As you know, Nikola Tesla is not somebody to be one-upped by "Mr. Tesla, you've not shown us a live demo." As expected, he showed everyone and will tell you about it. Back in America, applying all that he'd learned about the pyramid, he began constructing the Tesla Experimental Station and Wardenclyffe Tower, or Tesla Tower, in Colorado Springs. True to the location belief, he chose the East Coast as his exact location. That is, according to the laws of where the Great Pyramid of Giza was built, in relationship to the relatedness between the elliptical orbit of the planet and the equator. It was a success. Then Tesla solved it just like that. But do you think many people will agree just like that? That's really it. But there is more or less a proper question. Why has the world chosen to bury this truth? The first reason, which we think most people might not want to agree with but is very important, is that the pyramid theory of Nikola Tesla was actually neglected because he was hated. From Thomas Edison to most smart and intellectual people that went by the name scientist then, Nikola Tesla was never loved. He was seen as too radical or going too overboard. So it's sensible to think that when they buried him, they probably also buried many very good things he discovered. On the other hand, it could be that it's very hard for some to make a mental jump because it was created for light. Some people are so fond of the idea that only mummies could be found there to the point of bewilderment, but they are as wrong about it as Bush was wrong about Hussein. Though you can find mummies there, you would see that the construction shows it has another very good reason that motivated it: light. Moreover, in every pyramid built for kings, there are always inscriptions of ancient writings on the wall, but not this Egyptian one. This emboldens Nikola Tesla's viewpoint more than anything. There's no doubt that the Great Pyramid of Giza is a web of mysteries, but there's also little doubt that Nikola Tesla has not solved this problem. We know there are still dissenters who don't want this to be general knowledge, but now that you know, you're one step ahead. Some are all in for proving others wrong. Just try to do your own research and come to your conclusion. What about experts? People have been getting things wrong even despite being what we can call experts since time immemorial, and we do not think that is going away anytime soon. What did you find most surprising? Do you agree that the pyramid was built to generate energy? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, do not fail to like, share, and subscribe for more. Thanks.